up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Emanuela, and this is Ella's the Cooker. And if you are seeing me for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. Don't make it your last. Like my videos and comment on my videos. And to my returning subscribers, you are welcome. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for always watching. And I'll be talking about some unpopular opinion about being an adult. Like, there are some things adults get away with because of they are older than you. And I'll be starting from my story. Like, I will share with you two of my story that are related to this topic, topic, to this title here. And there's one particular one that happens to me when I was still very much younger. And there is this particular woman. I will not really, I won't mention her name, and I won't even describe her in a way that if you are close to me, you will know her. I won't. There is this particular woman that when we were young, my mom, any clothes that we are not using again, my mom will give the children, like the children of that woman. She is very close to us. So, and the children, we were friends in children church and like that. There was this particular day we went for Bible study, and that day I didn't even know what conspired between me and the firstborn of that woman. And I think maybe we had a fight, or children stuff now. We always maybe not playing with each other. I think that's what happened. And we closed from church, and the next thing I will see was the woman coming to our house that particular day. Like, she came from church direct to our house, and the next thing I will see with her is a belt. Ah, I was like, and fortunately enough, my parents they were not at home that night because they do attend another branch, another district. So we do first them to get home. So, and the woman came directly to me and started flogging me. The woman started flogging me. So, and as a little child, I didn't even know what to do. And the next thing, maybe my sister was now asking the woman that what did I do? And the woman was like, me, I was telling, because that day, eh, I think that day that firstborn, that her firstborn, wore a cloth that my mom dashed out, like our own clothes that my mom dashed out to her children. So, and the one was like, our own child, that her firstborn was telling her that I told her to return the clothes that she was wearing that time, that shebi is my clothes you are wearing, return it, blah blah blah. And honestly speaking, at that particular time, I didn't even remember I I said something like that or something. But the next thing was the woman was flogging me seriously. And that's how the woman flogged me, and I cried. But I know that I didn't say something like that. I know that the child was lying. But this opinion that adults are always right, are always correct. He just she thought she has the right to just come to our house because they are close to us and start beating me on top something that I didn't even do. And I can't really remember how my parents handled the situation because the woman is very, very close. I can't even remember how my parents settle out the issue, but I know that the woman beat the hell out of me and she got away with it. That's what I can say for sure. She got away with it, thinking that yes, she has the right to beat me because of what I told the child. Because of what I told the firstborn, that she should return my clothes, which it's like I didn't say something like that. But I shall know that the child, our firstborn, and I wasn't in good terms that particular night. She came to beat me. So the woman beat hell out of me, and she got away with it. And in this environment I find myself, Africa, and especially Nigeria, they believe that adults are always right, which is not, they are not always right, because they believe that so far somebody is older than you, that person has 100% right over you, even if not, like, even if the person is not your parents or your siblings, so far the person is older than you, they believe that that person is always right, no matter what he or she do to you, she's always right. And the second of my story is, there was this particular man that he was our neighbor. He has a wife and he has two kids at that then. Unfortunately, the kids, the children, they they are two girls. And this man, as a very young girl, I think I was in, okay, I just finished SS3 that time. Like, I just I just finished writing my WAEC and NECO that time, and no much to do. And there's this particular guy. Fortunately, we left that neighborhood. We moved to another neighborhood that time. We moved to another environment. And I went to that particular house that we were living before, and I saw a guy I knew. I knew the guy through my friend in secondary school. That means one of my friends in secondary school was a friend to that particular guy, because like in their former school they were friends before that my own friend came to join us in my secondary school. And this particular day, I met that guy. Fortunately, they were living in the same house with this particular man I'm talking about. I met the guy. We didn't even shake hands. Like, the guy and I were talking. We got talking, and we were just talking about things, that secondary school, how is your WAEC, NECO, and the next step to do. And fortunately, I left that day, and the guy escorted me. I didn't know that I didn't know that this man was watching me. So the guy escorted me, and then I left that place. I came back home, and some hours later, guess who I will see in our house? That man. That man came to my house to tell my parents how I was following a guy up and down. I was like, see, in this life, it's good to have a business doing. It's good to mind your business, because that time the man came to our house, and he requested to see my mom. Me, I even greeted him normally, because I didn't know what he came for. The next thing was, I was inside, and he was talking with my mom in the sitting room, and they got talking, and I was hearing him saying, me, I came to their neighbor, and I was talking with a guy, and the guy even escorted me. Ah, and the next thing my mom would do was to call me out. And my mom called me out. My mom was like, see what he said. I said, yes. Did I kiss the guy? Or did I, like, is there any wrong in talking with a guy? Like, is there anything wrong there? And the I was like, wait. I confronted the man. I was like, what's your business? Like, did you see me in a secretive place with this particular guy? Like, all what we did that day was to talk outside, and then you saw me in, like, and you came to our own house to report me to my parents that I'm following a guy. Like, how is it done? Like, that this man, that time that we were living in the neighborhood with them, he is little kids, oh, like little girls of 5 years, 6 years old. He will tell them not to play with boys. Eh? I was like, is this how they train children? Because you don't want your, okay, let's say you are protecting them from maybe fornication, or from like just protecting them from, okay, abuse or rapists or something, you are protecting them. But does that mean they should not speak, they should not interact with other boys of their age? Like little children, what did they know? That you now start in, like you start planting nonsense into their life, and they will now have this mentality of eh, it's only girls you are allowed to play with, it's only boys you are allowed to play with. Who does that? Wrong. It pains me seriously. As a child that time, I was pained. Seriously. I was like, so you mean that I should not interact with a guy again? Or I should, whenever I see a guy, I should close my eyes? I don't understand. That time, I I was just like, okay, shebi you too, you have, thank God your children are girls. They will also grow up, and I will see the way you will train them. Because to me, like the elderly, the elder ones in Africa or in Nigeria, they have this mentality of correcting others people's children, whereas their own children are doing the worst thing. They have this mentality. And the funniest part is that some of them don't even have grown up children, but any little mistake in other people's grown up children, they will always attack. Like they will always attack. And fortunately enough, years after, when you now see their own children, they will now be something else. There will be nothing to write home about. And you'll now be like, where is that harsh hand that you are using to train other people's children, whereas your own children are wayward? Where are those harsh hands? Because you are minding other people's business, whereas your own business is dying and you cannot do anything. And does that make any sense? Because at least your own children should be your number one priority. But some elderly woman and men in this our own Nigeria, there is other people's matter that is their business. They will carry other people's matter on their head, whereas their own is soft. They tag a child that do defend herself as a rude child. So now my mom asked me to go and apologize to this particular man, and although I went there, but I didn't apologize. I went to their house, but I know that I didn't say I'm sorry. But I can't even remember vividly what I told the man. But I sure know that I met that man, I talked to him, but I didn't apologize because I wasn't wrong. How will you see me with a guy on the road, and you came to my own parents to report me that I've started following guys, I've started behaving this way? How? In God's name? So in I think the modern parents should learn things, that they should put their child happiness as number one. There are some things that the people will come, like people outside will come to report your children to you, that your child do this, and the next thing, most African parents will do is to beat their child, even though the child is not wrong. And it is not so, because the child will now be feeling somehow, and you now start killing some things in that child, some potentials in that child, because of what you had about your own child from an outsider. Seriously, it is very wrong. And I think we need to do something serious. Thank God that some parents are now waking up to their responsibility, and they don't allow any stranger to to rough handle their child emotionally, physically. Or because in this environment environment where I find myself, an elderly person can beat your child, and the person will still come and tell your parent that yes, I beat so so so, and the next thing your parent will say is thank you for beating my child, and you'll be like, thank you for beating your child? Like how? You didn't even ask from your own child to hear the side of your own, like your own child's story. But some people have this mentality that adults are always right. No matter what adults do, they are always right. And it is very wrong because we are killing potentials in children, especially when a child is very outspoken. I know when I was very young, I was this pepe of a child. Like I'm always talking, blah blah blah. I'm a talkative, yes. And this thing has a positive side of it. But an African parent will not look at that positive side. They'll be like, you talk too much. So they believe if anybody from outside come and report you to them, they believe you abuse the person. They won't even ask you that, okay, oh, they won't sit you down that, okay, what happened? What conspired between you and this fellow? They should hear your own side of the story and know how to judge the matter. But so far that person is older than you, they believe the person is right. And these things has been killing so many potentials. It has been limiting so many child because right from when they were young, they were outspoken. Some children were outspoken. They do talk, like anything they see they will talk. And before you know it, those adults in the environment will start killing that child potentials, that this your child talk too much, he is proud, he is good, they will start killing the child potential without them knowing, because of they didn't see any good thing in what that child is doing. They always see, if a child is a talkative, they won't see anything good in talkativeness. They will always see a bad side of it. And this has this has damaged a lot of children's potential. Seriously, it has damaged their reasoning. Emotionally, they are unable to speak out for themselves, you know. And this has damaged a lot of relationship between parent and child. Thank God for the modern parents now, that anything they hear outside about their child, they will sit down that child and ask from that child what really happened, in like, so as to know what exactly that happens. Thank God for that. Which that is just the right way to do things. Not that you will hear outside that your child is this one, and you start beating your child like something that your child doesn't even know anything about. You start beating your child, start punishing your child on something that she knew nothing about, he knew nothing about. Being an adult doesn't mean you are always correct. No, you are not. It's not. You are not always correct. So you going there about correcting people without knowing what really, like what happened exactly to them, or asking them about the situation, just judging afar off and saying this about a particular person, is not making sense. You are killing a lot of things in that child, and you are thinking you are helping, whereas you are not helping. As an adult, please, we need to do better. You can't go out start bullying another people's children, and you think you are doing the right thing, whereas this is bullying. Like, you start speaking less, like speaking less into their lives, and you didn't even understand what they are going through. You didn't, but you have this mentality that yes, I can correct other people's children, I can do this. And next thing, anything you see, you start correcting them, you start uh, disgracing them outside. You start disgracing them without any point. Whereas you are the one misunderstanding what they are doing. Not that they are doing the wrong thing exactly, but you are the one seeing things, you are the one seeing wrong things in what they are doing. Why can't we always look at the positive side of things? Not that when you see a child that is very sharp and outspoken, you now be like, shut up your mouth. Any small thing you say, shut up your mouth. You don't talk to elderly ones like that. And this in this situation, it's not that maybe that young child is even speaking ill of you or trying to insult you, but the young child is trying to tell our own side of the story. So they believe whenever adults are talking to you, even lying against you, you have to keep short. And it's not helping the matter because you've killed a lot of potential through that. Some adults will be bullying children and they will think they are helping their life. And things will have spoiled before they now know that yes, what I did. And some adults, the funniest part, some adults, no matter how wrong they are, they can never apologize to a child because they believe that this ego is there, that so is it me that will now apologize. That same thinking that you think that whenever a child offends you, whenever a child offended you, a child is expected to come and apologize. It's that same thinking you should bring out, that whenever you offend a child, you should go and apologize likewise. It's not only children that has this apologizing spirit, or is their duty to apologize. And fortunately, there are so many adults of nowadays that they are feeling entitled on others children's matter. Like, they feel entitled to their life. They feel that yes, I can correct this child, and yes, I have a mate as a child. And whereas their own children are not even listening to them at home, their own children are wayward. So this jealous part of them, when they see a child that is very bright, that has a very bright future, that is very sharp, because their own children at home are dull, their own children at home are not outspoken, their own children at home are not as active as that child, they will try and kill the potential of this child outside. They will be like, shut up. And there are some parents that their own child is their own child is a promising child. He is very sharp, very outspoken, but they've killed their children's potential. So they are looking for other people's children to kill their potential also. So I think we can do better, seriously, because it has affected a lot of children. It has affected a lot of children, and I know that it's something that you can really relate with. So far you are born in this Nigeria or Africa. Africa, there are a lot of things adults do that is not correct, but they don't want to accept that they are wrong. And it's time we stop this thing. Please, we should stop it. If at all you want to exercise your ego as an adult, exercise. Why can't you exercise it on your own siblings, on your own children? Don't come out and start spoiling other people's children's life, thinking you are helping them. How in God's name will you come to my own house to come and report me because I'm talking to a guy? How in God's name does that make any sense? So we should learn to mind our business. We should learn to train your own child in the way you want to train your own child. Allow other people, allow other parents to also train their own child in the way they want to train it. You can't train a child for a parent. You can't. They know what is good for their child. You know what is good for your own child to right our wrongs, because things cannot go, especially in this modern age, in this civilized world, that thank God that children are now standing tall and speaking for themselves. Not that an adult will be in that position and start bullying children, and they know that as a child you don't have right to talk. They will bully the hell out of you, and thinking they are helping you, thinking they are caring, whereas they are not doing that. So please, we should learn to right our wrongs as an adult, and as an upcoming parent, please, we should learn this, that you don't put an outsider first when your child is suffering emotionally. You should also respect your child opinion. It can't. Don't kill your child emotionally, mentally, and that child will not be able to stand for his or herself later in life, because you've killed her potential. You've killed his potential. There are some other ways to correct a child without killing that child potential. There are some other better ways to correct a child without limiting that child, or making that child feel she is always wrong or he is always wrong. Because of the way some children are brought up, they thought anything that they can't do anything for themselves. So they always go about thinking what they are doing is wrong, whereas it's a right thing. But because of the environment they grew up, the the what their environment has inculcated in them, they think they are always wrong, and it's limiting them out there. They are incapacitated. They don't know what to do unless they depend on people for them, to now at least do something for themselves. So I think as a child, we need to also speak out now. Don't let any adult bully you in the name of correction. Don't let any adult limit you in the name of correcting you. Don't let any adult talk negative things into your life with the name of correcting you. No. We should learn to stand for ourselves no matter the situation. Mind you, I didn't say you should disrespect an adult. I didn't say you should insult an adult. But learn to stand out for yourself. In a situation whereby you need to defend yourself, defend yourself. Adults are not always right. They are not. And as a parent, please learn to put your child opinion first. Whenever you hear something about your child outside, why not call your child and ask that child what happened? The thing is, children don't always lie. Like a properly brought up children, a properly brought up child don't lie. So why not call your child and ask that child, what did you do? This person said you did it. Ask your child what really happened. And that child, when that child knows that you will stand for the truth, that child is ready to speak his or her own truth. And I think this will help. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment on, like, how what you've passed through in the hands of adults, thinking they are caring for you, thinking they are bringing you up in a proper way, whereas they are destroying you. So just comment below what has happened to you and how the situation was treated, even if it's by your parents or any other thing that has happened. Let me know in the comment section and let us interact. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you next time. Bye bye.